Qingming Sword Sect Main Peak. Hall of Deliberation. After Lei Mouzun was killed by Bai Qiuran with a sword, Zhu Yangzi immediately reacted and ordered the direct disciples of the first generation in red to clean up the mess. And then he took the elders together and welcomed Bai Qiuran, the ancestor of the key refining period, into the main peak. Thank you, ancestor, for your help this time. After arriving at the master's residence on the main peak, Zhu Yangzi entered the hall with the elders, but did not take the seat, but gave the seat to Bai Qiuran. Otherwise, that lay beast, whose cultivation is comparable to the Mahayana stage, I'm afraid no one in the Righteous Alliance can single-handedly defeat it. At that time, not only the Qingming Sword Sect will suffer a catastrophe, but also a disaster for the common people. It's okay. Bai Qiuran replied very gently. The teacher took in the first generation of disciples, and now I am the only one left in the world. It is my unshakable responsibility to protect the sect he left behind. Lei Beast attacked. Fortunately this time there was no disciple casualties in the door, but our mountain gate recovery still needs time. The third elder, Bie Yangzi, said, Master, what about the disciple selection tomorrow? Postpone it for 3 months. Zhu Yangzi thought for a while and said, that Lei Beast attacked and destroyed the arrangement we made for the selection of disciples. Bie Yan, this matter is handed over to you, and restore the arrangement as soon as possible. As for the candidates waiting in the town of Shuanjian below the mountain, the Qingming Sword Sect will pay for their food and accommodation for these 3 months. There is also the reconstruction of the mountain protection formation and the mountain gate, which must also be put on the agenda. The sixth elder, King Yan Yuan Jun, said softly, Master, when you fought with that lay beast, the leaked mana and sword key destroyed many buildings, including 2 warehouses, and the materials inside were estimated to be damaged a lot, and they need to be replenished and repaired. Well, this matter is handed over to you, King Yan. You led the direct disciples of the first generation to supervise this matter, and the funds you need, I will let Liu Yan allocate to you. Zhu Yangzi calmly ordered. Yes. King Yan Yuan Jun and Liu Yan Yuan Jun, the 2 female elders of the Qingming Sword Sect, took the order and then retired to deal with the matter. In the next little while, Zhu Yangzi discussed the recent affairs of the sect with the elders, and arranged everything in an orderly manner. During this process, Bai Qiuran did not speak, and always watched him quietly. After the matter was over, he sighed and said, Time flies so fast. That ignorant boy back then has become a master of a generation. It all depends on the care of the ancestor. Zhu Yangzi said very sincerely to Bai Qiuran. At the beginning, when he was selected as the next master successor, he also encountered a lot of encirclement and suppression by the demon sect and even other cultivation sects. When he was in danger, Bai Qiuran shot and saved his life. I'm relieved to see you here. Bai Qiuran smiled and said, I'm going down the mountain tomorrow. Why are you in a hurry to go down the mountain, ancestor? Zhu Yangzi was stunned and said, It's the sect selection ceremony of the Qingming Sword Sect soon. Now that the lay beast is attacking, the other sects may have received the news. Without the ancestor sitting in town, I'm afraid there will be changes. What are you afraid of? Bai Qiuran asked him. Among the 5 sects of the Righteous Alliance, you tell me, who can't you beat in a single fight among the other 4 sect masters? This, Zhu Yangzi thought for a while. I think, maybe, possibly, perhaps, probably, I'm a little bit stronger. What about the 4 systems of the demon sect, the leading old demon, who can't you beat? Bai Qiuran asked again. Zhu Yunzi hesitated and said, I think I should still have the upper hand. Then, what are you afraid of? Bai Qiuran waved his hand and said, Just like this, I don't believe it. You are a sect leader plus a group of elders in the combined and divided soul stages. Can't you suppress the disciple selection? It seems to be the case. Zhu Yunzi nodded, but then asked, But why did the ancestor uncle suddenly want to go down the mountain? Since you moved to the 7-star peak, you haven't been down the Qingming mountain for hundreds of years. I feel like I'm going to break through. Speaking of this topic, Bai Qiuran's face showed a look of expectation. I have a feeling that I will definitely be able to successfully build the foundation this time, but my super foundation building pill is still missing a few medicinal ingredients. I need to go down the mountain to find them. Forget it, ancestor uncle. Zhu Yunzi laughed and said. You said the same thing last time, but as a result, the hen you raised to lay eggs 200 years ago also formed a core and transformed, and you are still in the key refining stage, just breaking through a dozen more layers. Do you know? Before the Supreme Elder closed his death pass, he grabbed my hand and cried with snot and tears, saying that the day he came out of the pass would be the time of the tribulation, and he might never see the day when the ancestor uncle successfully built the foundation in his life. Bai Qiuran clenched his fists, his face black as a pot bottom. Less nonsense. He ignored the presence of several elders, and grabbed the sect leader Jue Yunzi's collar. I want to go down the mountain, give me some money. By the way, there is also a plant of heavenly heart grass, give it to me. Ancestor uncle. Zhu Yunzi showed a difficult expression. You want money, I will prepare it for you, but the heavenly heart grass, this thing, even for us, is something that can be encountered but not sought. The Qingming Sword sect's medicinal material warehouse does not have it. Where do you want me to help you find it? I know that you climbed over the wall and went down the mountain to wander 30 years ago, and you met one on the way. You little bastard, don't try to deceive the heavens and the earth. Bai Qiuran pointed at Jue Yunzi and said. Besides, you don't practice poison skills. What use do you have for this thing? It's better to give it to me to deal with. Ah, I was planning to sell it at the next Dao Alliance auction. Zhu Yunzi still declined. Besides, giving it to you may not be able to break through the foundation, and in the end it will be wasted. Stop talking nonsense, will you give it or not? Bai Qiuran asked. Zhu Yunzi hesitated for a moment, then shook his head. Well, you don't have to give it. Bai Qiuran pretended to walk out, muttering to himself. I'll go to Xiao Liuyan to get some money, and chat with her about the time you and Xuanyan, Fu Yan, and Bai Yan, three guys teamed up to go to the moon, lake to peep at her and King Yan bathing 300 years ago. The faces of the second elder, fourth elder and fifth elder changed at the same time. Sect leader brother. The second elder Xuan Yunzi was the first to stand up. Ancestor uncle has guarded the Qingming Sword sect for more than 3,000 years, and now he only wants a small poisonous grass. You are not willing to give it to him. That's right. The fourth elder Fu Yunzi followed up. There is an order of seniority since ancient times. Ancestor uncle is our elder. Elder wants something. As a disciple, we should do our best to find it for him, to show filial piety. What are you two so excited about? Zhu Yunzi's handsome face was full of indifference. Alas, sect leader brother, second brother and fourth brother are righteous and outspoken. The fifth elder Bai Yunzi said woodenly. And the person who took the lead back then was you. Liu Yan and King Yan went crazy, and in the end you were the one who suffered the most. Zhu Yunzi looked at the three little bourgeoisie who had no fighting spirit, betrayed the revolution, and immediately surrendered to the black evil forces, and then looked at the black evil forces who leaned against the door and looked at him with a smile that was not a smile, and finally sighed. Ancestor uncle, although I am your junior disciple, you don't have to bully me too much. The Qingming sect leader said with a righteous face. Whatever you want, just say it. I will send someone to send it to the 7-star peak for you. Where can you let you come and get it yourself?